Hello and welcome to this video learning series of AutoCAD. Today we are going to learn how to use the stretch tool, the scale tool and the offset tool in AutoCAD. So let's get started. I've already created some sketches so that we can directly start with learning the tool. Let's start with the first one, the stretch tool. If I click on this rectangle and select it, you can see grips are displayed on it. I can use these grips to stretch this rectangle. For example, if I click on this grip, select it and then drag the cursor in horizontal direction, I can change the length of the rectangle. Let me click here. You can see the length of the rectangle has changed. So this is one way to stretch the entities using the grips. We can also use the stretch tool that is available in the Modify panel of the Home tab. Here is this stretch tool. Now to understand working of the stretch tool, I have again created a sketch and I have used the polyline tool to create this sketch. I want the tip of this polyline to be stretched up to this line. So what I'll do is, I'll click on the stretch tool. Now the command line says select objects. I will select this polyline and press enter. Now I have to specify the base point. I will click on the tip of the polyline and use it as the base point. Next, I will drag the cursor in the horizontal direction and pull the tip of the polyline up to this line. Next tool for today is the scale tool. Scale tool is used to adjust the size of the entities. Suppose I want this rectangle to double its size. What I can do is, I can go to the scale tool, click on it. Here is the scale tool. Again, it is available in the Modify panel. Click on it. Select the object that you want to scale. So I'll click on this rectangle and press enter. Next, I have to specify the base point. I'll click on this vertex of the rectangle. Next thing, I have to specify the scale factor. As I said earlier, I want to double the size of this rectangle, so I will use the scale factor as 2 and press enter. You can see the size of the rectangle has doubled itself. What if I wanted to reduce the size of this rectangle to half? This time I will type the command alias for scale tool, which is SC, and press enter. Again, I will select this rectangle, press enter. I'll use this vertex of the rectangle as the base point. This time, I will specify the scale factor as 0.5 as I want to reduce the size of this rectangle to half. So type 0.5 in the command line and press enter. Now you can see the rectangle has reduced its size to half of its original size. We can also use the reference option of scale tool to scale the objects with reference to some already existing entities. Suppose I want to make the size of this vertical edge of the rectangle equal to this line. So what I can do is, I'll type SC in the command line, press enter. Now I have to select the object that I want to scale. I'll select this rectangle, press enter. This time, when you have to use the reference option of the scale tool, you have to keep in mind that the base point should be specified on the reference object. So this is the reference object. I will specify base point here. After specifying the base point on the reference object, click on this reference option in the command line. Next, the command line asks for the reference length. So I will click on this point. Next, I will click on this point. And for the new length, I will click on this point. Now you can see the width of the rectangle has changed in reference to this line. The last tool we are going to discuss today is the offset tool. Using the offset tool, we can create the copies of the objects at the specified offset values. Suppose I want this line to be offset at a value of 100 units in the upward direction and in the downward direction. What I can do is, I can go to this offset tool, click on it. Next, I have to specify the offset distance. As I said, I want this line to be offset at a value of 100 units, so I will type 100 in the command line and press enter. Next, I have to select the object to offset. I will click on this line, and now I have to specify the point on the side to offset. So to offset this line in the downward direction, click below this line on this side of the line segment. Click here, you can see an offset is created. Again select the line, and this time click in the upward direction. So we have created offset of this line segment in the upward direction and in the downward direction, in the upward direction and in the downward direction, and the offset value is 100 in either case. We can also use the multiple option of the offset command. Command alias for offset command is O, so type O in the command line and press enter. This time we'll specify the offset distance as 20 and press enter. Select object to offset. I'll select this line segment. Now I will click on this multiple option in the command line. Now you just need to keep on clicking in the direction in which you want the entity to be offset. So I will click in the upward direction and I will keep on clicking till the required number of entities are displayed on the screen. To escape the tool, press enter. So this is how we use stretch, scale and offset tool in AutoCAD. Thank you for watching.